Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about house price data. We've got some new official data from the Office of National Statistics. Now, this data is ultimately what house prices ended up at in January. And it's interesting to see all the different regions. So we've got this broken down on a regional basis as well on where house prices are. Now, we also do videos from time to time, well, each month on Nationwide's house price index, the Halifax house price index. We also look at the Rightmove asking prices as well. That data is important because that will show us early on if house prices are actually going to start falling significantly because it starts at the asking price. All of this data is really important to give us a balanced understanding on what's actually happening in the market. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We bring you new content every single day on house prices, on inflation, on investing in property and much, much more. And share this video with someone that needs to know what's going on in the market. That really will help. And smash the like, tickle the like button, do something to the like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm and gets us more views. So thanks to everyone that does that. So the ONS, people like to argue when we talk about house prices. That pen's not great, is it? Let's see if we've got another one, a new pen in here. We have. So the Office of National Statistics data is the official government data, and this is where things have ended up. And so they are saying that in various different regions, we've seen some great results for the year on an annual basis. So ONS. So let's look at England first. Where did that end up? Well, in England, average house prices ended up at £291,000. And they are £13,000 up for the year on an annual basis. That's not insignificant, and that represents around 4.8%. So not bad, the increase in England. And so, and that does change on a region by region basis. So the North has performed really, really well this year. Some places house prices have been up as much as 9%. London's not looking so great. So in London, house prices were up. Last year, they were barely up, not even 1%, 0.4%, I think it was last year. This year is 2.3%. So about in line with inflation. You could probably argue that inflation's been actually higher than that. So in real terms, house prices got moderately cheaper in the capital. Where else have we got the data for? Let's look at Wales here. So Wales, I can't remember if it was last year or year before, did have a drop. And so that meant that house prices became more affordable. A lot of landlords did go into those areas. They did have some quite good deals to support landlords. It was one of the areas that did that. And they have average house prices now of £210,000. Now, obviously, you can go in different counties in Wales and you'll find houses significantly cheaper, like you would if you went up north in England. You can see that in different regions all over, but 210,000 is the average, and the increase for the year in Wales is £12,000 on average. So quite a big jump, and that really does mean affordability's got a little bit tougher for some people in Wales. Northern Ireland, how's that done? So Northern Ireland's probably the strongest performing this year. And so they have average house prices of £183,000 now. And the increase for them was 15 grand on average in a year. Not bad, is it? So lots of different results in different areas, and that is what we are seeing. And the southeast in the UK is really slow because affordability is stretched to the maximum there. I started this channel 3 years ago now, and the goal of the channel was to document my property, get more into what's going on in the market. So that served me as a property investor. So I've already got my own property portfolio, and I wanted to start building a property portfolio for my two girls. I've got George, who's 24, and Amelie, who is 4 now. And we bought in Doncaster for £60,000 from an auction back 3 years ago now, when we started the channel. If you want to go and see the videos on that, go and look at the oldest videos on the channel. You can see the refurb and various things that happened in that period of time. And up north, you can still get properties around that sort of price, 60 grand, 70 grand. You can get houses for that. So that means that people even on minimum wage up there, if they have a good credit rating and they've got a deposit, can afford to buy a property. But in the southeast, there is eventually going to be a ceiling on house prices because incomes haven't risen enough with what house prices have. And so the growth in the southeast and London is much, much slower than anywhere else. We've missed Scotland, so let's talk about Scotland. What's going on in Scotland at the moment? So Scotland's house prices, the average is £187,000, and they've got the least growth, £8,000 up in Scotland. So not a huge amount up there, but the Scottish market has been slower. There's been lots of different rules in Scotland that we haven't had in England and Wales. You've had rent caps on there. You've had landlords selling properties to get rid of them. We've had that in England, but you've had a bit more of that up in Scotland as well. And that has meant that people aren't paying premiums for properties in these areas. So on average, all across the UK, house prices in the last 12 months were up 4.8%. according to the official data. Now that is showing a slight increase. So in December, it was 4.4% on an annual basis. Now it's 4.8%. A lot of this, though, will be people that were trying to beat this stamp duty increase that goes up on April the 1st. So people were bringing transactions forward, pushing them through, and maybe paid a little bit more money to get the sale done in time in order to save money on stamp duty. It'll be interesting to see what happens for the rest of the year. So the first quarter of 2025, 500,000 properties have been sold throughout the UK. It's a big number. But for the next 75% of the year, the next 9 months, we're only expecting another 500,000 properties to be sold. So that shows the market is going to slow down significantly. You've got a lot of properties being listed at the moment. Asking prices are sticking high, but what you could see fairly soon is some of those sellers starting to drop their prices because they want the sale to happen and they need to move that going forward. So it'd be interesting to see, now stamp duty has gone up, now we've got more properties on the market, do we start to see a flat market or some price reductions over the next few months? Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think of this ONS data? Do comment on all the videos, do smash like, do subscribe, and check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.